And we're back to Take 10.
Take 10. Corey Frills with the Mortgage Gallery.
Lisa Wiles with the Mortgage Gallery.
We're here to give you everything you need to know in 10 minutes as you're sliding around with the potential ice/snow/rain storm.
Snowmageddon in Knoxville.
That none of it could happen. It'd probably rain.
Yeah. And it's my birthday on Sunday, so don't forget to tell me happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yay!
Early birthday.
So we want you to also always have at least one thing that can save a deal for you or bring a deal to you. So let's get after it. We always talk about the market.
Yep, let's do it. So we had one fine day on January 12th where we dipped below 6%.
I love that. And that was Becca's birthday. What a special day. Am I right?
5.999%
That was a good day.
For a day. And now I do care. I love your birthday. Now we're at 6.103. And this is the Optimal Blue Mortgage Market Index. All it tracks is the rates that are locked. So it doesn't account for the fact that people are paying points or aren't paying points, whatever. Right?
Got it.
And I will tell you, points are a deal right now. So we've had a lot of people pay points recently when they were not. And I won't get into the mechanics of how that works, but it's just sometimes the market trades that way.
Well, and what I'm seeing, and maybe you're seeing something similar, is that 1 point, which is 1% of the loan amount, will typically get your rate down by 3/8, if not even a half.
Yeah.
It's a big spread.
Big deal right now.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been that big a deal as of late. So
pretty cool.
Especially if you have seller paid points, like when the seller's paying like a couple of points, we can really put a deal together.
Yeah.
So builders are doing this right now to move inventory, and I'm quoting some sweet rates.
It's slick.
Yeah. So one more thing that's been in the news this week I want to talk about. The Trump administration has put out a slew of housing proposals. The 50-year mortgage was first, and then it was the portable mortgages. And we're like, are they talking to anyone that knows anything about mortgages at all? Maybe they're not.
Shooting in the dark.
What did hit and what drove us down below 6 was when they said they're buying $200 billion in mortgage bonds. We talked about this in our last one. Actually, not that much money, but the investors liked it, right? Doesn't really matter what you say. It's how people interpret it.
That's right.
And then now we had some tariff fears and something about maybe we're going to take over Greenland or buy it, or I don't know. Anyway, but the most recent thing that actually applies is
stole a leader out of
Venezuela. We did. We kidnapped the Venezuelan president at some point.
We've done some crazy stuff.
It's been a wild few weeks in the global scheme of things. So let's talk about this one. 401ks for down payment is the last iteration of this proposal. And they're talking about allowing home buyers to access their 401ks without penalty. No details on how that's going to happen.
Now, I feel like I remember that if you're a first-time home buyer, there's always been a carve-out, or is it still up to the employer? If there is a carve-out, how does that look?
Yeah. Okay. So this is a really good topic. So 401ks are employer dependent. The employers have their own rules. Like, for example, some federal workers can access their 401k in their mid-50s.
Sure.
Right? Generally, the rule is 59.5 as retirement age. With an IRA, and let me start by saying I am not a financial advisor, but that doesn't make me wrong. With an IRA, you can access up to $10,000 of your IRA with no penalty, is my understanding.
At any time?
For the purchase of a home.
The purchase of a home.
Whether you have to be a first-time home buyer or not, I can't speak to that, but that is already an option.
Cool.
We defer people back to their advisors or their IRA plan for that kind of detail. People are already using their 401ks. I mean, they'll take it and pay the penalty. They'll borrow from their 401ks. All that is already acceptable with a home loan. This would just remove the friction of it. So the natural thing that's come up is everybody giving their opinion on whether or not it's a good idea. And what if you take your money out of your 401k and then the value of your house goes down and then you don't have any retirement money? And it's like, okay, my opinion, may I?
Yeah, I like opinions.
My opinion is that usually people are the sum of their financial habits.
Okay.
I said financial.
Do tell.
Right? So you're a sum of your financial habits. All the choices you make, all the habits that you have around money dictate whether or not you are financially sound in life or not. It's not just one decision.
Mm.
And so generally, people who make good financial choices on the reg, should they choose to use this 401k option, will do so wisely.
Mhm.
And then generally, people who struggle financially or lack the appropriate guidance or don't talk to people like us who can help them make these decisions, um, maybe won't use it so wisely. And I don't think that any kind of government proposal is going to change financial habits of people,
Right.
right?
Some would just take the penalty anyway and move on,
That's
right?
right.
So,
So it always goes back to what's best for you is personal to you.
hey, and what's the ETA on that going into effect, if
We
it
don't know.
does?
He
Okay.
talked. It brought it up in Davos, Switzerland. There's a big conference going on
Mhm.
of all the smart money people in
Mhm.
Davos. Bill Gates was on CNBC this morning. That for some reason they shoot outside in the snow.
It's a
It
good
looks
day
very
for
cold.
you, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
fun.
I liked it. Did some burpees and watched Bill Gates this morning. Yeah.
Um, well, I'm really interested in what we were talking about earlier,
Yep.
which is CrossMod.
Yes, I'm closing my first CrossMod
I
this week.
mean, what is it's like half duck, half
Yeah, so
bird. What is it?
it's a mix, but it's a Clayton product, and it's a
Okay.
mix between manufactured home and site built.
Okay.
So they build some of it in a factory, they build some of it on site, and when you look at them, you would not know they're manufactured. I mean, they're really nice.
Yeah, no,
This house is
yeah.
awesome.
I saw the one that you were doing. It
Yeah,
looks really nice.
it's a great
So what
solution.
makes it different as a from a lending perspective?
Well, for the consumer, it's more affordable from a cost
Okay,
perspective, right?
because half of
Because you
it's
build some of it in factory. It's a very
mhm,
efficient way to build a house.
right.
From a lending perspective, we treat it like a manufactured home. But one thing that was unique is because it was new construction, we typically have to have a structural engineer's report
Right.
if they have a deck or if they built on
Because
a
there's a
garage or whatever,
foundation
right?
and right.
Yep. And in this case, we didn't do that. We just got permits that were pulled from the
Oh,
county to build it, and that was it. So pretty cool.
oh.
Yeah.
So a little more cost effective.
Conventional loan, a home buyer got a great rate,
That's
great
great.
deal.
FHA can buy this too, an
Yep.
FHA
Government
buyer?
loans can do these too, but
Yeah.
this is not your, if there's a stereotype of a man home buyer, which I think has gone the wayside with the price of houses, a lot of people buying manufactured homes right now.
And a lot of them are,
Yeah.
like you said, just they're really good looking
Super nice
and
houses.
efficient.
Yep.
Well, speaking of houses that can go FHA or not go
Yeah.
FHA and conventional, I have some information that will probably help save a deal.
Yep.
So, as a list agent, when you are putting into your comments like, "Hey, this property is eligible for conventional financing, rural housing, FHA, all those things, VA," when you're putting those notes in, it's not just an autofill. It's something that you should actually consider. Like, does the house actually will it be approvable for FHA or VA?
Which is a hard thing for a realtor to know. I mean, half the time we look at a house and we're like, oh, I
Uh,
mean, depends, right?
right.
There's stuff you get into that you're like,
That's right.
maybe it will, maybe it won't.
So just to get the wheels turning on this, if you're trying to get a home approved, or you say the house is approved for an FHA buyer, and let's say it's rural, it's out in, in a more rural area, you may want to double check and see if it is on a well. You would
Mhm.
want to double check and see, number one, is the well water clean? Like
Yep.
that's a good thing to know.
Yep.
And number two, if is there public water available?
Yep.
And if it is, you gotta find out how much it costs to connect.
Yes, this is crazy. Nobody knows about this until it happens to you, right?
Oh, and then you don't forget it, I'll tell you that, because
Yep.
the cost to connect to public water, it's either gonna be really inexpensive because maybe it's the connection's right up at the road, or it can be thousands and thousands of dollars, which if the cost to connect for FHA, if it's within a reasonable amount and they say, I think it's, with 3% of the purchase price,
Mhm.
they call reasonable. I mean, that's still
They'll
I
make you connect
they'll
if
make you
it's
connect.
reasonable.
So, and you can get exceptions and lenders can get exceptions around
Yep.
that. But also FHA is gonna wanna know if there's a well, are you anywhere near the drainage field for the septic system?
Yep.
So, also good to know, right?
Yep.
And that all makes sense, right? You're protecting the client, but
Yep.
these are things that in the back of your head be like, "I think they said something if there was a well on property that I
Yep.
need to think through."
And what should a list agent do if they have a property they have questions on?
They could
Call
reach
you.
out to a lender. They could
Yeah,
call
call
us.
us.
Hey, if we don't know the answer, we'll look it up
Yep,
because we got people.
that's right.
So, all right, that's actually our 10 minutes. We
That's
had
it.
other things to talk about, but we'll kick it to the next time.
That's right. Appreciate you guys. We work nights and weekends. Hit us on our cell phone. We'll have after hours back up shortly.